Antichrist!
Event. I'm not high today.
You're not high today?
I'm not high today. It's just Toran.
That should be the name of this podcast. Just Toran.
Well, it is Sunday, January 13th, 2019. This is the Bulldog Unchained podcast. I'm your host, the King of Villains, Bulldog Malenko. Joining me today, got Tucker.
What up?
And Toran.
Hey.
From What's Wrong With You, Man?
Hey.
And it was supposed to be Missy with you, but apparently she doesn't want to come do the show.
I think you scared her off from last
No, she loves me.
I think she was talking to some attorney about some sexual harassment charges and some shit.
We don't honor that here.
This is a non-PC zone.
Yeah.
Hashtag consent. Or no consent.
Yeah, hashtag no consent. Wouldn't it be funny if everyone that came on the show, I made them sign NDAs and all this, like something we're going to talk about, but like kind of like what R. Kelly's people did to Aaliyah.
I didn't keep up with that bullshit.
Fuck. That's what everybody
that was a long time ago.
But no, it's a brand new wound.
issue.
It's a brand new wound because that documentary came out.
Yes.
No. I mean, when it happened.
Oh yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but did you know that R. Kelly married Aaliyah when she was 15?
Mm-hmm.
Now, think about that for a second. In your brain, immediately, your brain should say, her parents should have to...
Come on, man. That's R. Kelly.
Hold on. But, she's still a minor. She's a minor. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right. With money.
But no. One of his people forged the legal documents.
Oh. I did not know that.
And then they found out that when the marriage was annulled, Aaliyah had to sign a non-disclosure agreement that said she would never speak out about any sexual or physical abuse that took place during the relationship.
Wow.
And you signed it.
She was probably tired of getting peed on.
Might want to read that paperwork a little closer.
Peed on, pissed on, shit on.
Mainly pissed on.
Here's the thing.
He says it's not better than being pissed off, let me tell you.
I don't know. Peeing on strawberries is kind of fun.
Huh?
Nothing.
Hi, strawberry. I knew where you're going. I found the strawberry emoji too. I almost posted it on her because I know who it is. She commented and I was like, ooh,
nigga. I got you now. I know who you are.
I know the chosen one.
I gotta figure out who Strawberry is.
Good luck.
Send her a pea and strawberry emojis.
Is that a strawberry getting a golden shower?
We call that the R. Kelly, man.
Yeah. It's the R. Kelly special. So look, here's the thing. So this is my attitude toward it. So now in this documentary, a whole bunch of R. Kelly's people came out speaking out against R. Kelly. That's all fine and good, but where the fuck were you? What, 15 years ago when this shit happened?
Well, at least.
And I know somebody who was who lived up in Shy whenever R. Kelly was younger, doing this thing when he was in his 20s and 30s, doing this thing. This person was a pimp. Y'all know him, but I ain't gonna drop his name. But he was pretty much a pimp. You know, he wasn't the pimp, but he was in charge of the girls. You know, he told me this like 2.5 years ago, man, from what he understands, that he only wanted 12, 13, 14-year-old hookers.
Yeah.
That's it. Some of the things y'all see in that story, those are some of the girls that he had provided for them.
Well, here's the fucked up thing.
People's known about this shit for years.
Oh,
man.
and that's my point.
And that's probably the way it is about a lot of these people.
Yeah.
There's all these. I'll get to that here in a second. But there's all these motherfuckers on R. Kelly's documentary.
Ahead, Toran.
You're right. On this new thing that came out, all these people that were in R. Kelly's camp are like there are some women too who are like his executives and whatnot, and they're all acting boo-hoo, tearful, and well, you know, we knew that there was something going on, but bitch, you knew everything. You knew everything. That means you're fucking complicit, and your ass should be considered.
He's fucking videotaping it. You saw the movies,
and that means that everyone that was involved with him at that time should be considered an accessory and also being charged for these crimes. Yeah. Then I started doing some more research, and I found out maybe the black community needs to quit with the whole stop snitching thing. Because
maybe that should be something that everybody need to not do. I mean, shit's wrong. It's wrong.
But here's what I found. So I did not know this. Like this never. I don't know why. Because we're all human beings, and everybody does fucked up shit. Mm-hmm. But I did not know this. But in the black community, apparently, I mean, look. Let me clarify first. We already know that it happens in the white community. Mm-hmm. We know. Fucking just look at the Catholic Church.
Yeah,
Shit.
They're not snitching on each other either.
But in the black community, that shit is kept hush hush. Mm-hmm. Like no matter what, you don't tell anybody.
Man, that shit's kept hush hush in the government. It's kept hush hush in every aspect of the human life.
But these motherfuckers still get caught. It's a rarity that you see any kind of underage sexual abuse story in the African American community. Mm-hmm. It's rare. You don't see it. You don't hear about it. And I'm like, look, I get the whole stop snitching thing, but here's maybe where the rule needs to come into play. Here's where the line needs to be. So long as what you're doing isn't actually harming another person.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut. If the person is only harming themselves or not harming anyone at all, including themselves, leave them the fuck alone.
Like dope dealing.
Especially kids.
Don't snitch on the dope dealer because they didn't do nothing. They gave them what they wanted.
Exactly.
They didn't take nothing from them.
And just because you busted that dude, that doesn't mean that these people are going to stop.
Exactly.
That means that you just opened up the door for 5 more people to come out and try to deal. And now these motherfuckers are going to try to knock each other off.
Yeah, now there's going to be a corner war for where that guy was.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
get ready for about 3 more killings because it's going to happen on that corner, and then everything's going to chill the fuck out for 6 months to a year, and
until you bust that person who won that.
It's going to happen again.
Exactly.
I agree.
It blew my mind, man, because I started once I started digging into it, I was like, wow, like I don't know why it never crossed my It's just one of those things like black folks don't do that. Like that's what my mind.
Exactly.
That's the way my mind works. Like no, this is something that this is something that brown and white people do. Mm-hmm. Black people don't do this. And my mentality of that was maybe because of my views on slavery and that people know what happened
back in the day.
Yeah, and so they're like, no, man, we don't do that shit.
Yeah,
you do.
Yep.
Yeah, you do. It's fucking.
I can't believe it's 2018. You just realizing it's not a white thing. It's or 2019.
Yeah, right.
I'm a year late.
It's 1999 Toran. Regular Toran would have known that.
Regular Toran. But this is just Toran.
Like what kind of prejudice is that in my brain to think that black people are incapable of doing? I knew that there were like random stories here and there.
You know what I think is funny? When I was younger, I didn't realize it was in the white community.
Really?
I've heard about it. I watched little girls, as a kid. I watched little girls who told me stories and, had things happen in their families.
You're talking little black girls?
Little black girls.
Yeah. So,
but
maybe that's what it is. It's just those cultural lines of separation that.
Because I didn't realize.
You be nice to the white man. You be nice to the black man. Don't tell him shit, though. Don't tell him shit.
But the difference is, in the white community, they're serial molesters.
Oh, yeah.
White community, they're not serial. They do it once or twice, they maybe get caught, and maybe they don't, but they move on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a drunken moment.
Yeah. Whereas in the white community, no, you get a taste of it, and all of a sudden that becomes your thing. Like Coke or Pepsi. Well.
So, with that said, R. Kelly might be part white.
He might be mixed.
Well, no, and here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. You look at all of Hollywood and entertainment, and the whole goddamn thing's corrupt. And just 2 days ago, I think it was, one of the directors for Law and Order was busted with pornography, and he was distributing the pornography of a 6 to 8 year old girl performing a sex act on herself and a 12 to 13 year old girl performing a sex act on herself.
Wow. First of all,
the 12 to 13 year old, here's my view. Look, of course she is underage, it's illegal as fuck. However, at least that girl's old enough, she's like learning her body.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying. 8-year-old,
and it doesn't justify, but a 6 to 8 year, are you fucking
the fuck
kidding
were you
me?
thinking? 1, 2, who in the fuck was teaching this little girl anything?
Right,
dude. It's
because she shouldn't even have that knowledge to be able to do that to herself.
right.
Look, okay, I remember being a little kid, and of course, around the age of 3, so 3, 4, you realize you got a friend.
Yeah.
And you're just, smack it a little bit here and there.
Kind of like the doorstop.
Exactly. You pull on it, you fucking do all kinds of stupid shit with your dick.
Yeah. While you're watching morning cartoons, yanking and pulling in different directions.
It's like a gun. You don't really know anything about it. Occasionally, when you're little, you can wake up with morning wood, and the only thing you know is it hurts.
Still do.
No, but now you know what's going on. When you're little, you're like, why does it feel like there's a semi truck trying to drive out the end of my dick? Oh, what is that? Go away. I hate you. But then when you reach that 10, 11, 12-year-old age, you're like, oh, if I rub it, it feels good, and it makes it spit, and then it goes away.
See, I wasn't 18 until I realized I can rub it, and it felt good. I was having everybody else rub it.
I say he said I knew this was going somewhere.
Thus the 8 children before 18.
See, that shit, I started that shit when I was like 11 years old, and that's what made me realize, oh, I want to have sex. Like that.
Well, maybe you realize the little mixed girl touching it.
Mixed girls are fun.
Hey, all girls are.
Black women are a whole different breed.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been with a black woman, to be honest. It's been a while.
So I'm kind of forgetting. I haven't checkmarked that one.
Yeah.
Never? Really? Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah, man, I honestly, I don't think there's a difference. Some of them suck, some of them good.
Hold on, Dave. I'm going to say this. God damn it. When a white girl sucks your dick, you may get one every now and then. It's like, pretty cool about it. Like, she enjoys it. You can tell she's having a good time. I've been with 3 black women, okay? And they sucked my dick like it was their dying wish. Like this was their make-a-wish.
Well, I guess it must be a black thing then, because white girls love sucking some black ding-ding. It's just like a chocolate bar.
And maybe black women like vanilla every now and then. Like they see a vanilla dick and they're like, I'm gonna get this dude's soul out of his
Those
body.
Bitches sucking like a depressed fat girl eating a candy bar. Oh God! And don't find a depressed white fat girl. Damn it.
Hey,
she gonna swallow your nutsack and all.
Look, hold on. So let me just tell you, for people out there that don't know, like if you're the kind of person, I don't care if you're man or woman, and you've only been with pretty people, you don't know what the fuck's going on, because until you have for women, I'm gonna tell you right now, you get you a fucking. Get you the bearded, tattooed, chubby guy. Go find you a fat
my
man.
name's Tucker.
Exactly. There you go. Look, the thing is, there is more effort put in because we were not the pretty chosen guys. Exactly. We were not these fucking gorgeous guys. And so when a woman
get you a little nerdy dude too, because we do well. Do well.
I'm gonna tell you what, these little nerds that have been watching porn for years. And so this is their frame of reference. And when their time comes, they're doing sexual Olympic shit to you, and you don't know what to do.
You know my favorite
That's
line.
the reason for 11 children. And I was the nerd. They didn't wear condoms in the porn.
Exactly. Condoms? What the fuck is that?
The fuck I gotta use that for? We ain't making balloon animals up in this motherfucker.
What's your line?
The best line, and all you gotta do is wink and walk away. They'll follow. Is
you're kind of lonely, aren't you, Tucker?
No. No.
I don't really wink.
Is you ever seen a fat kid eat a snack pack without a spoon? You wink and you walk away.
Exactly.
I'll be over here.
That's real.
Or she finds me on Facebook. Hey, how you doing?
Dude,
Remember what you said the other day?
I've been eating snack packs without a spoon since I was 5, girl. You don't even know my skills.
We was broke. We didn't have spoons.
Exactly. We didn't have no spoons.
I got a strong tongue now, baby. Don't even worry about it.
But yeah, no, and then like what you were saying. Hold on, like so.
Back to this.
Yes, back to this. A thicker girl. Like, dude. Okay, look. I've been with girls that were like. This is not a joke. You know this. I've been with girls that were like 4'10" and weighed like 98 pounds.
Wow.
Yes, exactly. And they are fun, and they serve a purpose for that time and place. They are not.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. Everybody likes a little trick on the tip of the dick.
They are not permanent long-term solutions, though. Because, first of all, they cannot handle the kind of punishment.
Right there. That
a 390-pound monster...
Hey, my little 120 pound ass be hurting them, so I can only imagine.
Right. But you get you a woman that's got some meat and thickness to her, and not only is she putting in more effort, but she can take a little more punishment.
It's like the speed bag versus the duffel bag.
Yeah, the heavy bag.
Yeah, the heavy bag.
Yeah, that speed bag, the better. But
It's
the heavy bag, that heavy bag, you hit it wrong and it'll fuck you up. And you need that excitement in your life sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't like those skinny bitches because I'm tired of hitting spinal cords and shit.
Not only the fucking the pelvic bone. God damn it!
I call it a spinal cord.
That fucking pelvic bone, bitch. You go.
You heard me.
Yeah, I need for you to go eat nothing but McDonald's and Burger King for like a month and come back and see me.
Yeah, without onions.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be putting it in there too. Yeah. And let me ask you this. So, okay, we kind of touched on this the last time you were here, but you revealed also that you are a dom, Toran. And so this is gonna be fun.
Oh shit!
Does your wife listen, or your girl? Does she listen to these?
Hey, you did it again.
I know.
That's
I did.
2 times.
That's 2. Your girl.
You trying to fuck up my game?
Does she listen
I have
to
2
these?
rules in comedy. 1, never admit to having any type of woman. 2,
oh yeah,
never say wife.
But does your girl listen to these?
No, not really. Unless I'm listening to them while she's sitting there.
Okay.
But I've learned after the couple shows.
Don't do that.
I kind of slipped the tongue a lot about some things that I don't want to be known to her.
Well, hopefully that's what I can get you to do right now. So let me
remember, we have just Toran, not
just
regular Toran.
Yeah, right? This ain't been 2018 Toran. This is 2019 Toran.
Doesn't he look like a smaller, skinnier Tech 9?
Man, fuck you. I'm tired of being every bald, black, bearded man on this planet. Shit. Doesn't he look like Mighty Mouse? Doesn't he look like Tech 9? He look like Common.
He look like Webster.
Fuck you.
Webster.
I don't think he went through puberty yet, so he ain't got a beard.
So what I was going to ask you is, does your girl do anal?
Not yet.
No?
Not yet, but you know, she's young. She's young. She's new at this.
God damn it. Tucker just goes, not yet.
Not
yet.
Not yet. You know, she does thumbs now. She didn't have thumbs before.
She didn't have thumbs before?
No, I'm talking about in the ass. So it wasn't in the beginning, that wasn't a thing, but now it's a thing. So
okay. I mean, so she's open.
Yeah.
Like okay. Yeah. How old is she?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not an R. Kelly situation.
How old is she, Papa? Spit on it, Papa. It's starting to burn. 21. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so she's like 23 years younger than me.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you look like you're maybe in your late 20s.
Yeah, that's
so,
what I tell him.
I mean,
yeah.
That's what I tell him.
That's what I tell him at the nightclub.
His girl thinks he's like 28.
No, she knows that my kid's older than her. You can only keep that shit a secret for so long.
Yeah, right.
So that's how you're bringing this around.
Bring it around now.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I'm so sick of those advertisements. By the way,
fucking
Jesus,
TikTok.
Fuck.
I don't watch TV. So
no, this is on
Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram. Oh my god,
These
TikTok
fucking sponsored.
Oh.
Ugh.
And you can't not like if you already have sound on, you're fucked.
Yeah.
As soon as
it means right away.
Oh.
I try to keep my sound off on that shit because I scroll Facebook constantly.
Yep, that's what I do. I tap that little fucking icon and I scroll. If I see something that looks interesting, I'll tap it.
Yeah, but then you forget that it's on.
No, not anymore.
I hit that motherfucker again.
Yeah, when I'm done watching it,
I'm a pro. This ain't my first rodeo.
Yep.
But what?
Go ahead.
Oh, well, what I was gonna get at here was so I realized as I got older that the no anal thing, that's just a deal breaker. It's like it used to be like mouth or ass, your choice. You got to give me more than one hole though. Mm-hmm. And if you say both, you are the winner. Like you fucking, but now, like for real, if I were to be out somewhere and I'm talking to a girl and the topic of sex came up, I'd be like, I'm just literally gonna look her in the eye and be like, you take it in the butt? And if she's like, no, I'll be like, you have a great night. It's fun talking to you.
I had a girl recently. She was probably about 30 years old. I wouldn't have sex with her or anything. I won't now after this conversation. But we was talking about sex and things that adults, not teenagers who are experimenting, not people but people who really know their sexual ways.
Their proclivities, yeah.
Yeah, and we were talking. She said, yeah, I don't give head. I said, yeah, you've been single how long? Because there's no grown-ass man that's going to deal with you. And then you
unless they're a virgin.
Yeah. You want him to eat your pussy, but you ain't going to suck his dick? You might as well go ahead and lick the wall and get the fuck up out my face.
Dude, that's fucking... Also, first of all, you selfish bitch.
Yeah.
You selfish bitch.
Yeah.
Second of all, you lazy motherfucker. Lazy.
Yeah.
And oh man,
one thing, she wasn't that pretty. You got to be doing something special to keep it hard.
Right.
I mean, I like stretch marks, baby, but yours go from your knees to your neck. Come on.
You look like an iguana.
For real.
Oh my god.
You look like something was trying to climb you and just lost grip.
Oh my god. Oh, that's brutal.
That's fucked up.
But no, like, yeah, I've had girls pull that shit too. Like,
I don't suck dick.
Oh, no, check this. Have one girl do this to me after I had gone down on her.
See, that's where you fucked up anyway. You
right. It wasn't established. This was young. I was like 25. You know.
Now, don't get me wrong. I go eat a pussy because I don't feel like fucking, and you want some.
Look,
I will.
Yeah. I'm a fat kid. I love to eat.
Yeah. Get up, leave, be done with it. You know
cool.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Plus, you might not be that good a lay. I can probably take care of myself better in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
See, you went to the bathroom. I'm just gonna get up and do it on you and walk away.
Who just got caught for that shit? The comedian.
What?
Fuck. Who was the comedian that was
Louis.
Louis C.K.
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Black Louie over here.
You heard about Louis C.K. where he was jerking off in his dressing room and he would have female comedians stand there and watch him? Now, the thing was...
What's wrong with that?
That's what I said.
They're all adults.
Hold on. He didn't make anybody stay. He didn't... Like, Sarah Silverman used to stand there and watch him and thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I would do that to Sarah Silverman.
I would...
All over her face.
Yeah.
You know. Look, I'm going to tell you
If
right
she
now.
wasn't close enough, I'll hold it in my hand and throw it.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Spider-Man.
I'm going to tell you right now. You know that in the bedroom, Sarah Silverman's got to be like one of the biggest, best whores that has ever existed on this planet.
Oh, I bet she make you feel about 2 inches tall.
Oh.
Like, what are you doing down there?
I need to hit that.
Like, no joke, just her attitude and her sense of humor and the way she is so nonchalant about everything. I'm like, man, I guarantee while you'd be banging her from behind, she's the kind of girl that would lick her hand and slap her asshole and be like, hit that motherfucker, daddy. And I'd be like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You know what I like?
And it would last all of about 10 seconds. And I'd be like, oh, shit.
Girls like
God
that, I
damn
bet
it.
you damn well you be hitting it from behind and she look back at her brother and go, fuck me with that nigger dick. Fuck me with that nigger.
Oh, you know she would. Dude, she's ruthless. That'd be like Lisa Lampanelli. That crazy bitch.
We've officially reached Toran level. I knew it was going to happen eventually.
That is the best shit in the world to get from a white girl. Hey.
Okay, so I'm gonna share a funny story. Oh God. I've gone too far. I can't back out now.
Well, it would prove... So, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It would prove she's like that because she literally stood there and watched Louis and laughed about it. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, get it. Come on.
Yeah.
Is that all you got?
So here, okay. The first black woman that I was with was when I lived in Vegas.
How much you pay for her?
No, bro. The weird story. We met at a concert, and like this was back when you could smoke everywhere. And I'm in the venue and I'm smoking a cigarette, and this gorgeous black girl walks up to me and goes, "Hey, can I get a cigarette?" And I was like, "I literally just lit this one. If you want this one," and so she took it, and she was like, "Thank you so much." I was like, "No problem, doll." And I'm just leaning against the bar, watching the band, watching the crowd, and I light up another one. And she's still standing there. And she's just smiling at me and smoking the cigarette. And I'm like, huh, okay. Odd.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
a
start...
happy black woman. Yeah, that's odd.
We,
I'm teasing.
oh, anyway, she starts talking to me, and we stand there bullshitting for about 30 minutes through this concert, and she gives me her number, and she was like, "You should call me so we can hang out." And I was like, "All right." Now keep in mind, this is very young and not. Dude, I'm gonna be 40 in March, and I'm still oblivious when women are hitting on me.
Oh, I'm fucking full on
That's
retard.
Like, you better slap me. You gotta slap me with the pussy,
I'm like
otherwise
full-
I'm gonna be like,
That's the way I am,
duh.
yeah.
I'm with you. I am full on
Even
retard.
though I'm a big flirt, I don't realize
It's
when
like-
they're hitting on me.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm the
it's,
same
yeah,
way.
exactly. I'm flirting constantly,
I'm a
but
fucking
I don't
idiot.
know
That-
when it's being
to me, it's just a
reciprocated.
conversation because I do it so much.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you're like
like-
bullshit. You're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I like you. This is good.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck.
I'm like Andy. I'm like Andy on The Office, where they go when he goes, how do I know if a woman likes me? I just assume that they don't.
They pretty much got to tell me let's fuck for me to even
Oh,
realize
that's
they're
how I
into
am.
us.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking terrible.
And now in 2019, you pretty much better keep that mentality.
Yeah.
Like, you better have goddamn consent forms on you. Like, oh wait, hold on. Are you implying that you wish to seek sexual engagement with me? Well, I
Sign
have
here.
this. I need your signature.
I need you to go to this website
And
put
I
my
need you
name
to
and
prick
name.
your thumb and press your blood print onto this little box right here at the bottom of the form.
And we can't do nothing until you get an email receipt.
And show it to me.
Yeah.
Show me you got it.
Right. So anyway,
I need a confirmation.
so she gives me her number. Well, then the concert ends and stuff. Well, then we end up in the bar together, like the other bar of this place. And so we sit there and we talk for like 2.5 hours. And all of a sudden, like, I'm just sitting there, I'm being friendly. Of course, I'm flirting because she's gorgeous. But I'm just being friendly. And then all of a sudden she goes, "Have you ever been with a black woman?" And I went,
"Whoa."
I went, "No." And she goes, "Really?" And I was like,
you know, that's like a dream.
Hold on. I immediately.
He woke up.
Nope. I looked her dead in the face and I said, God, the words escaped my mouth before my brain could process what I was saying. I said, "No, I've always been afraid to, because I'm literally terrified that in the middle of fucking a black woman from behind, I'm going to be like, who's my little nigger bitch?" Her eyes got wide.
She said, "Me."
And she laughed the hardest laugh I've ever heard in my fucking life. And I'm sitting there just mortified. Like, I immediately just, my eyes went to the floor like, if she slaps me, I completely deserve this. Like, oh my God, did I really just say that out loud to this woman in this bar? She is dying, dude. Like, crying, laughing. And she looks at me, she goes, "You really think that would happen?" And I was like, "I don't know."
I can't control myself.
Exactly. I was like, "I don't know."
Especially Bulldog.
And I looked at her and I said,
"You just said it at the bar.
I know,
especially
you
Bulldog.
behind her?"
And I looked at her.
100% see Bulldog pulling this.
Yes. And I said, "You gotta understand, you are really fucking hot, and just the thought of having sex with you, my brain right now is like, oh, this is such a bad idea. This is such a bad idea."
Take one from Corey's books. My penis has been dry heaving since we started talking.
So, we part ways that evening, and 2 days later, I called her. Like, you know, I called, and she was like, "I'm so happy that you called me." And I was like, "Really?" I was certain that when I called, you were going to be like, "Oh, no, motherfucker." Like,
"I'm not your nigger, bitch."
Yes, exactly. And she was like, "What are you doing tonight?" And I was like, "I'm just chilling at my house."
You, baby.
You nigger, bitch. I ain't gonna let you live that down.
Oh, dude. So she's like, "Do you want some company?" And I was like, "Absolutely." Now, keep in mind, I am still so goddamn stupid that I think that this woman literally wants to just come hang out with me. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've been there many times, trust me. I totally understand.
And she, when I opened the door, she is wearing this long trench coat. Okay? And she comes in, and she takes the trench coat off, and she has on this all white lingerie shit. And I just went, oh. Oh, like, step by step, things are
nigger,
clicking.
bitch.
And I
Let
was
me get my whip.
Right? I was like, wait a minute. She would only be dressed like that coming over here if she wants it.
No shit.
And then, verbal blunder number 2, I looked at her and I was like, "Do you think we're going to have sex?"
I am so sorry.
Oh, dude. And she goes, "Well, that was kind of the plan." And I was like, "I like this plan. I'm like Venkman from Ghostbusters. I'm excited to be a part of this plan." So this is happening.
It's even better that you just used a Ghostbusters reference.
Yes, exactly.
She knew she had her nerve at that moment. She was just excited.
Bruh, dude. First of all, I thought she had sucked my soul from my body.
You felt like you got a little bit shorter afterwards.
I thought my bone density had decreased. I thought I had osteoporosis. So I maintained, though. I did not blurt this out. All right. I'm banging her from behind, and she's
waiting for
into. Dude, she was into it. Like, she was, and then I laid down, and she got on top of me, and this bitch put both of her hands on my chest and leaned down into my face, and she goes, "Who's the nigger bitch now?" And I went, I am completely oh my God. And that was the end of that, dude. I fucking just whoosh.
She's at home telling her friends, "Yeah, I turned that white boy into my nigga." Dude. See, I got the sound on the phone. I had it on audio too.
It was ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And that was my first experience with a black woman. And I thought that I was ruined from that point on. I was like, I'm never going to be able to have sex with a white girl again. Mm-hmm. Like, oh
That's
my God.
That's what they mean by once you go black, you never go back.
Oh, God, dude. It was
intimidating.
And she was fun. Like, and then the other thing is, too, like, I don't know if it was just the black women that I've been with, but just my experience, black women like to just suck your dick.
No, women. Mm-mm. We don't even put no tags on it.
Nope.
A real good sexual woman who's good.
But that's
sexual.
Well, but the thing, they have to be a good sexual partner.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you,
and they have to be in touch with their sexuality on the inside.
And one of the worst things is a woman that will give head, but is unenthusiastic. Like, okay, yeah.
Nope. I don't know sex like, no more.
I'm like,
you know what I do to her? I lay her on her back, put my hand on her neck and nut on her chest and walk away. With my dick still out and dripping.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, wasting my time. I was better off jacking off.
See, now the strawberry is just going to be in for hell. Like
she gonna call you nigger bitch next time.
She might.
She is.
Well, but she knows that there will be consequences.
She's gonna send you a black strawberry.
Chocolate covered.
Yeah, my man. Oh my God.
Hey, the chocolate makes the berry sweeter.
Dude, I have literally I've run through the sexual rainbow of women, like culturally. Like, I've been with Hawaiian girls, Filipino girls, Japanese, Chinese, Korean,
Romanian.
Vietnamese.
Yep.
Fuck it. I was with a Romanian
You know
girl.
what?
I've had a midget.
I know Bulldog.
I have the biggest fantasy for Asian women, but I can't get none to pay attention to me. I've never been with a Chinese or Japanese woman.
Really?
Yeah, and I really want to. Bad. That's like, if I do that, then I have no problem settling down and getting married. I can't settle down and get married until I do that.
You'll probably want to marry that Asian woman.
Maybe.
Because I'm going to tell you right. Okay, so look, I've been with American Asian women, and then I've been with Asian women.
See, I want
and
Asian
hold on.
women.
There's a whole different fucking thing. Yeah. Because Asian women are brought up to be submissive. And they literally, like, during sex, do the whimper and crying thing.
I don't want to feel like I'm raping somebody.
No, brother. Hold on. Stick with me now. Don't bail out on me just yet. Right. Hold on.
You sounded kind of creepy.
No. Hey, look. Hold on.
No,
I talked about it on the show. The rape fantasy thing, that's my wheelhouse, brother. Like, that's legit.
Yeah,
there's a safe word. There's a safe word. Yeah. But then there's also non-consensual consensual, where a sub will tell you.
A lot of guys in prison use that phrase.
A sub. Look, here's what a sub will tell you: non-consensual consensual. That means that they trust you enough that it's basically do whatever you want to me. Even the safe word won't stop it until you're done. Dude. That's a whole.
I'm going to have that conversation with someone.
There has to be just absolute trust, but obviously at that point they know that you're not literally trying to kill them
or hurt them. Yeah.
Exactly. Or you want to hurt them, you don't want to harm them.
Yeah.
And so that's just it though. Like the first time I had sex with a Japanese woman and she was whimpering and crying, I literally was like, "Do you need me to stop?" And she was like, she looked mortified. She was like, "No." I was like, "Okay," and immediately back into the And they try to push you away. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, there was a comedian who was talking, like, he and his wife is Korean, I think. And she's from Korea. And when they first met, like, he was in Korea. And when they first met, he said that they went out on a date, and like, he walked her home, and they started kissing, and things started getting hot and heavy, and so she brought him inside the house, but then she, like, pushed him off of her, and he was like, there's kind of a language barrier, so he was like, I went ahead and put on my coat and left. He said she called him 10 minutes later, like, where'd you go? And he was like,
because he was a black man, right?
No, this is a white dude.
Well, he's American. He know that's called rape.
Right. But it's different in their culture. First of all, she invited him in.
Yeah.
The game has begun. He was unaware.
Yeah. But because in here, because in America, once they say no,
exactly,
that's it.
Right.
There's nothing else to talk about.
Not in my world. They better be saying like pineapple, margarita, banana, something like that.
I use African words so they can't pronounce it. That's not it, baby. That's not it. I didn't hear no safe word.
That's the wrong enunciation. You just said giraffe. What I'm looking for is rhinoceros.
I want to give you my giraffe.
But yeah, no. And then he said he went back. Okay. But she was like, no, come back. He goes back. They start getting hot and heavy again, and she pushes him off of her again. And so he left again. And he was like, I'm a moron, apparently. And I did not know what was happening. But she called me again, like 15 minutes later. And he goes, she is furious.
That would totally be me.
Exactly. Right?
That would 100% be me.
Right. Next time I'll be like, no, you're going to have to come over here.
Well, but look, here's the thing. Like Toran and I, we have the benefit of pretty much any woman we would talk to now, it would already be established that we're a dom. And look, if you're trying to play a game, you're going to get fucked up.
Yep.
Like, here's your word. Yep. If you don't want this to happen, you say this word, and I'm immediately a gentleman again, and this is done. Yep. But he goes, so I go back this time, and he goes, and as soon as she answered the door, she's like, look, this is how it is. You supposed to come after me, and I resist. You don't stop. And he was like, oh. And he was like, and then all of a sudden, it was the most fun sexual experience I've ever had in my life.
She said that to me. I choked on that bitch and went at it.
Right. And then he was like, it was so fun that I married her. And he was like, and it is like that every time. He was like, it is. He said that it was weird getting used to the little nuances of them living together. Because, you know, a lot of times you walk up behind your woman while she's cooking and put your arms around her waist or something. And he was like, she immediately, like, he was like, I had to learn that anytime I touched her, the game was on. Like, the game was starting. She was always ready.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow. And there was no, I have a headache, I don't feel like it, blah, blah, blah.
That's some bullshit.
And, right. Like, anytime he would touch her, she would immediately spin around and, like, start pushing him away. And so he said at first, I would just be like, oh, okay, she's not in the mood. And I would go sit on the couch, and she would stand there looking at me with this disappointment of, you motherfucker, if you don't come finish what you start.
You hurry up and fuck. You hurry up and fuck.
Hurry up and bye.
Hurry up and fuck. I get to cook the rice.
Yes. And so he had to learn how to handle her. And I thought that was such a great metaphor for every man on this planet. Every guy wants to think
that they're
I know how to deal with that. Actually, no, you don't. Because every woman's gonna be different. And if you don't learn how to handle, and when I say that, a lot of people are like, what do you mean handle your woman? And I'm like, calm down, white knight. Go polish your armor some more. Like, you have to know how to handle your woman. Because if you don't,
somebody else.
What's her incentive?
I'm her incentive. She's gonna come to my house.
Right, exactly. All of a sudden, she's getting deep long dick by Toran, talking about I'm his nigga, bitch. Oh God!
Touch me with your black stick.
That may be one of the greatest sentences ever uttered on this show. Touch me with your black stick.
Leave a print on my forehead.
Oh my God.
Bitch, I leave a print so deep you see the veins.
It's so veiny. It looks like a bodybuilder's arm.
Is your dick on steroids?
Show is.
Oh, Jesus.
I think that was her name. That's the last black chick I dated.
Oh. Good Lord.
Oh, shit. But you know what I noticed? And Ben, I try to get into the Evansville's little fat lifestyle in this city. And it's a lot of people out here claiming to be doms.
I've avoided it because of that very reason.
And what I see,
I'm still working on my book. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, you told us.
That was the last time he was here.
Yeah. And I noticed that these men who are claiming that they're doms, they're very rude and disrespectful to their women 100% of the time.
Yes,
they are very mean. They treat them like slaves. But in my mind, I don't know if I'm right or not. I don't know if this is the way other people think. But being a dom, you're the most gentle man to women when you're not in the bedroom. How else?
Well, hold on. There are different dynamics.
I agree with that. There's
like, okay, I'll paint a scenario. Say that Strawberry and I are out somewhere with a group of friends. Okay? Yeah, she can bust my balls. But it may get to a point where I look at her over the top rim of my glasses, and everyone at the table, including her, knows me well enough to know, oh, she just fucked up. Mm-hmm. Nothing's going to happen to her right then.
Exactly.
Unless I say, hey guys, been a fun evening. I think we're going to go ahead and head home, and you will see her start squirming in her chair.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm close to that. You know, when we're out in public, we talk, we communicate. But once you cross that line, you know, I'll sling you a sentence, man. You better quit fucking tripping.
Or or what's even more fun, not even just the look over the glasses, but the just lean over and just ever so subtly go, that's one.
Mm-hmm. See, I won't do it like that. I won't do that.
You will see the squirm. You will see the.
I'll turn it into a joke where everybody's laughing and she knows that's the truth. Yeah, we'll see what you talk about when we get home. And everybody's laughing, they're giggling. She's sitting there like that. Oh fuck.
Oh yeah, right. Like, oh God, what's he gonna do to me tonight?
Wait till we're alone. Those are my lines. Wait till we're alone. And we'll discuss this when we're alone. I mean, that's my give up line right there. Hey, you done fucked up. You done fucked up.
But to clarify for people listening, you're not mad.
No.
You just know that the game has now been enhanced to the next level for when you get home.
Yeah,
and
exactly. And I'm not going home and beating you up. You know what I'm saying? It's not that.
Like, not literally putting hands on her.
Yeah.
But she may get a riding crop, or she's going to get tied up or something. Yeah.
The rubber whip. Something.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Something.
And so it's one of those, like,
I bet you we'll never have that discussion again in public, though. Well, depends on how she feels.
Like, okay, and there might be a time where, say that she's being mouthy, and I might walk up and grab her by the back of her hair and by her throat and kiss her.
Exactly. Yep.
Like, at first, other people who are not privy to or involved in our group, if they see, like, they're like, oh my God, what's that do? Oh, okay. Well, she's kissing him back, so apparently she enjoys this. Yep. Yeah, it's.
I've had men try to fight me over that reaction. What are you doing? This is my woman, not yours. This is no matter if you beat my ass or I beat your ass, I'm still getting that pussy tonight.
Right?
So what is this fight over?
Again, run along, white knight.
Yeah.
Go polish your armor.
Yeah. I don't like the way you treat your woman. Well, she's my woman.
She's mine for a reason.
Yeah.
Because she likes the way I treat her.
She likes the shit. But I've run into a couple of them in the city.
Yeah, there are some that are just assholes, man, and they're not disrespectful.
They're abusive.
Yep.
I know it's a thin line.
That's what I'm covering. Like, that's part of what I'm covering in this book that I'm writing is you need to know the difference.
If your woman's scared of you 100% of the time and everything you do and everywhere you go and it just shows fear and people are scared to talk to her because you're there, you're not a dom.
Exactly. That's what I have
you're
tried.
You're a dad.
I have... Well, I mean, I'm daddy, but...
That's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, like, you're like slave daddy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what your woman feels about you. Your woman's got to be comfortable around you for this to work.
Right, and that's like, I have explained so many times, I'm like, because, you know, some people have brought up to me, like, doesn't it, like, make you uneasy knowing that maybe some other guys know what kind of woman your woman is? And I'm like, you mean for me? No, not at all.
Yeah.
Like, she can sit at the bar talking to some dude all night, and if he wants to pay for her drinks, I'll stay in the shadows with my buddies, and when it's time for us to go, I'll walk up and be like, "Hey, babe, you ready to go?"
Do it all the time. Do it. And my girl don't understand it. She's young still,
right?
So she still got that jealous bone that they have in their brains. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but I do that all the time. I'll leave her setting. I go hang out with the buddy. I was like, "Oh, go talk to people. People buy her drinks, bring her drink. He bought me a drink. You ain't mad? No, I ain't mad. Fuck him. I'm gonna drink the drink."
Yeah, that's when you text her. I'll take a rum and diet.
Yeah. Done it before.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. She'll text me. Hey, what do you want?
Hey, he buying you a drink.
Yeah, this asshole's buying drinks up here.
Make sure you get me a Yingling. Fuck him. Exactly. He want to spend his money. He can spend it on us.
Dude, it really is like for people who are not in that lifestyle. They don't like. A lot of people don't understand it. Like, whenever I talk about, I've literally had people go, because they hear me say, you know, oh, I'll beat her ass and then I'll just take what I want. And they're like,
that's rape.
Exactly. And I'm like, does she look like she's upset at look how excited she is at me saying that out loud right now. Do you see? Yes, she has daddy issues. Do you see the excitement on this woman's face?
Now let's talk about some daddy issues.
Daddy issues are fun.
The young lady I date, when she was a teenager and in a preteen, she did the modeling, the makeup stuff and all that, and her parents forced her into it. And at some point in time, she had a car accident, put a scar on her face. Her parents now really upset about this because she's no longer can do all these.
And now she was no longer daddy's perfect little princess, and she was neglected.
Yes. So now
you being an older man,
and he's racist. When I say racist, the word nigger is like the word the. You know what I'm saying?
It is a sentence enhancer.
It's a sentence enhancer. Like fuck.
Exactly. Yeah. So now, over the last year and a half we've been dating, I've been listening to her talk about her father. Me and him were exactly alike. The difference is he's very fucking racist. He's very enclosed. He's very closed-minded of everything. So I've never met the man. No, I probably won't. I'm fucking 43 years old, fucking your 21-year-old daughter. Never meeting.
Probably the same age.
They've had beers before and don't even know it.
Served them.
Toran said it like, I know who you are.
Don't know who I am because I was black, so he didn't bother to remember. Oh, just another nigger passing. That's all that was to him.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But I realized, and it took me a while to realize this with her when we started talking about how Dom, how I am in the bedroom, and I realized that, hey, to make this work, you got to go buy what you think is comfortable for you.
Yes. That's why, and I discuss in the book, hard limits, soft limits. Like, these things have to be explained, especially to a new like a girl who's interested. Like, her interest is peaked. You cannot throw her in the deep end, or she's gonna run for the hills. And it'll never happen again for her.
You can't on the first date
traumatize them.
Take them home, tie them up to the little things in your room,
no.
Beat them with a stick, shove a stick up their ass, and then talk about, baby, you ready to do this game tomorrow? Hell no. I'm going to call the police when I leave here. It was a date rape until you got the stick out, goddamn.
Oh my god! Speaking of calling the police when they leave, I gotta tell you this story before I forget it.
Oh god!
So I was down in Destin for New Year's.
Yeah.
So we're leaving the bar. This chick's like, "Can you walk me to my car?" I'm like, "I sure can." So we're going to leave. There's already a fight like right outside this bar. So me and her were on the same mind frame, like savage as fuck. Like we're making up conversations about everyone around the bar. I was like, me and you are on the same level. We're hanging out. So we walk out. We're watching this fight, doing commentary. All of a sudden, this lady that works at the bar comes out. She's like, "Oh, step back here." She's like, "There's this little, I want to talk to your manager haircut chick standing here." And this big,
I see it.
You know what I'm talking about. So you already got a mindset. It's that.
Calm down, Karen.
She's about 5'4".
Yeah, exactly.
This weighs about 250.
Yeah,
Got a little scrunched up face like this.
and this big, yeah, exactly, on her iPhone.
Yeah.
So this big.
I love that you just threw iPhone in there. Oh, because Strawberry's gonna be like, that motherfucker.
Tell me it ain't. Tell me that ain't the vision in your head.
Yep.
This is what's standing there. So this big black guy had been hitting on the chick that was hanging out with.
And her Chanel purse.
No,
she didn't have a purse.
Because exactly, that's what we go for. We're women. We're kind of purse thing.
You know what I'm talking about. Don't act like exactly.
I know what you're talking about. But she actually didn't, surprisingly. So
or the coach.
So one of the coach is more.
Yeah.
Coach is more on that level.
Yeah.
So the chick that works at this bar, she's like, "Step back here. This is about to get real." I was like, "All right, we'll step back." So we're standing there talking to her. All of a sudden, I want to talk to your manager girl. Jumps on the back of this black dude, puts him in a chokehold, and takes him to the fucking ground. Like, to the fucking ground.
Was she security?
No.
Oh, wow.
We're all like, whoa! Like, so this dude gets up, takes off running down this hill, because we're at the top of this hill. He takes off running down this hill, and this chick's like, I told you! I was like, what is this? Is that like the piece he's hitting, but he doesn't want anybody to know about it? She's like, yes. She just points at me like, you nailed it. And she showed up at the bar. He didn't want her to show up at the bar. So she's all pissed off, and we're following this. Like, her car was up the hill. We're going down the hill, like, let's see where this goes. So we start walking,
journalists,
laughing our asses off, following this chick. Or following the dude. The chick comes walking past us on her phone, like, you won't believe this motherfucker, this nigga, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, where'd he fucking go? I was like, he ran that way. He's down there. See where the bar's at down there?
Tucker snitching.
Yeah, fucking it right, because
he won't survive in the hood.
Choked out.
She already choked this dude out and took him to the ground. Like, I want to see where this goes. So we let her get ahead of us so we can see what's going to happen. This dude sees her, runs in the bathroom, and is just gone. I'm like, I'm going to go in the bathroom and see what's going on. So I go in the bathroom. This motherfucker's on the phone. He had dialed 911. He's like, this bitch is crazy. Whatever's been said, I didn't do it. She fucking took me to the ground. Come get me. Come get me and take me away from this bitch. And I'm fucking dying. This black man is on.
Called the police.
Hold on,
Called the police.
Wait a minute. Was it a white woman that was choking him out?
Yeah.
Well, that's why. We know not to hit them.
Nobody's gonna believe me, so just
my
come get
story
my ass.
Yep. I already said, can I talk to your manager, Toran? You knew what it was.
Yeah. But see, black women, you don't know because they all want to talk to them.
Yes, all of them. They can be the prettiest, fucking most delicate flower you've ever seen, and they will get ratchet as fuck in 0.5 seconds.
Yep. Like, I got this beautiful girl. She's so intelligent. She's so educated, but mess up her fucking steak.
But no, this dude had literally called 911.
Come from 157th and Western.
He's like, come fucking get me. This bitch is crazy. And has locked himself in the bathroom. I come walking out laughing. Almost pissing myself laughing. I didn't even go to the bathroom. I was laughing too hard. I come back out and tell her what's going on. And we're like, we're hanging out. We're going to see where this goes. Fucking cops show up. He comes out of the bathroom. He's like, just take me. That's the bitch right there. Just take me. he's like walking to the cop car like, give me the fucking. That's like his Uber. He called himself. He had called the cops as his fucking Uber. He's walking to the cop car. He's like, just get me the fuck out of here. Just get me the fuck out of here.
I'll give a fuck where you take me.
He was. That was it. I was like, I was fucking losing.
Walking to the cop door. Unlock the damn door.
I was losing my
shit. I'm gonna have
shit.
to use that in a skit, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was losing losing my shit laughing.
I was
like,
going to have to find a way to write that into a skit. Use the biggest black guy I know for that role.
He was
the tiniest white woman with short hair.
He was like 6'6'2". I mean, he was like a bigger guy, and he was scared shitless of this chick.
I am going to use that. That is funny as shit.
See, and you know that it wasn't just him being afraid of her choking him out. Like, she's put hands on him before.
Oh yeah,
and that's the kind of fear where he thought he was going to fight back, and she got the better. Like, he may have messed her up a little bit, but she fucked him up.
You see, she waited till he turned his back.
Oh, dude,
this motherfucker's tripping.
She jumped, hand around the throat, floor. Like it was nothing. We're like, ooh, like everyone.
Shit. That's how I do it when I'm fighting Big D.
That's the part of the fight where Joe Rogan goes, "Oh my god, oh my god."
But yeah, last week before we canceled, me and Izzy were here, and we were standing outside. Izzy's like, "Dude, you ought to come to an open mic." He's like, "Get up on there," and I was like, "I got stories." That was like that had just happened because that was a week after New Year's. I'm like, that'd be a good one. I was like, that's a true that I'm fucking dying laughing.
That's
watching
what I'm
that
calling
shit.
a little segment when I do that. True life stories. People were hired, but everything else is real.
Dude, I mean, this was still like 30, 40 minutes after the bar had closed. Like, we're standing there just laughing. Like, that was totally worth us following down this hill.
That's a good 5 minutes.
That was worth your entire trip.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then I had this chick walked her to a car doing the thing, and her fucking best friend comes out of nowhere there. Was supposed to be leaving with another dude. She's like, "He was an asshole, let's go." And she was just like, you can see on her face like, bitch.
She must have been the ugly friend, the one that said, "Come on, let's go." That's the ugly friend.
I know, she's good looking.
Well,
they were both pretty good looking. I was above my standards at this point.
There you go.
I was trying.
Tucker was batting for the fucking big league.
See, they're both cute. You did it all wrong. I was like, "No, baby, let's go to dinner."
No, I was.
Let's just all go
back to my room. Yeah. I got some liquor back in the room.
This
we go back
is the
and chill.
most drunk I've been in a long time, so I'm just like flowing it, like
whatever.
If I made it that far,
would you like to put my penis in and around your mouth?
But this is
we didn't experience a reversal racial discrimination.
but this is where I go back to being a complete retard. I knew I had it, and then the best friend showed up, and I fucking just.
The best friend's coming too. Don't worry. And I mean that in all words of coming.
Oh, that's what I should have been. Yes, that's what I should have been.
Yeah.
You should have immediately.
Drunk me was just like, fuck
it. You should have shifted the focus to the best friend and been like,
is everything all right?
Like, yeah, are you okay?
Is everything all right? Yeah.
Like, he did seem kind of like a douche, but I thought maybe.
Oh, he was a douchebag. I couldn't believe she left with him anyway, because that was all happening right next to where we were.
She just got done sucking his dick, and he made her get out. He made her get out.
It could have happened. I mean, this is 30, 40 minutes after they left. Because we're watching this go down.
Yeah, she looked up at him. She said, he said, "Well, I'm going home. My wife's at home."
But I knew you'd like that story because that was.
Yes.
I was like, fuck.
In my opinion, your face and your dick should have been getting written at the same time that day.
Yeah.
Exact same time.
You put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did. Yeah. That chick was as savage as us too. She was fun.
Yeah. See, that's the like. Okay, that's
because I wasn't even trying. Like that was just fun as fuck. Mm-hmm. Like me and her starts making up these stories. She's like, "What do you think about this?" She walks up, "What do you think about this one?" I'm like, "Okay."
Can you grab that cap for me?
Well, I thought that was a mouse. Boy, I was about to jump up in this fucking chair.
Mouse.
I was like, "What the hell's going on around here? This is the nice neighborhood."
But no, that's when they're fun. When they're that easy. She just walks up. What's going on over here? Mm-hmm. All right, we can play this game. It's my favorite fucking game.
I've sat at bars with a female doing that one night. We just called out everybody, and you know what? At the end of the night, everybody who we said was going to leave together, even though when we said it, there was nowhere around each other. Those motherfuckers left together. You can just see.
Oh, you can see shit. You can see all that. Yeah. This is like 2:30, 3 o'clock on New Year's Eve. We're like,
if you park in kind of a corner of a bar where your back is to the the corner and you can see everything.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah,
that's my favorite game,
it's like
man.
National Geographic, man.
Yep.
You can see the elephants and the water buffalo and the lions and the gazelles.
Here comes the birds. The guys are still sleeping.
Oh yeah, the vultures swoop in to pick the carcasses.
That's what this black guy was doing. He was too. He was trying. Like the girl was like,
"Hey, I ain't even gonna lie. I've been a vulture a lot of times. So there's times I just don't want to work for it." So sometimes you just like, well, I just want some pussy.
Toran walks into the bar at 11 o'clock.
11?
No, hold on.
1:30.
Okay. No. What I'm saying is, Toran gets there at like 11 and announces to the bar, all the white women, I will not be hitting on you actively, but I will be here until closing, and I will make my selection then from what's left. Tonight is a low-hanging fruit night, so
I'll be
make
back
a selection low-hanging. I'm waiting for the bitch to hit the flow.
I'll be back at 2:30. I'll see you later.
I want that easy mark. Man. I want to work. Hell, I want to be done before we get to the car.
Can you duck walk backward?
Y'all think I'm playing, boy. Sometimes I go out just because, hey, look, there's going to be a drunk bitch there. There's going to be 3 or 4 of them. And some of them going to be too ugly for anybody to deal with or too stupid for anybody to deal with. So that's the one I'm going to wait
like,
on.
I'm your man.
Got my chair at the front door.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Sometimes I get lucky and it's a group of those motherfuckers. So you, your friend, and your other friend, y'all ain't got nobody to go home with? So I guess liquor it back at the house. Come on. Come on. We're not ready. We're not done partying yet. Whoop, come on. Come on. I'll show you a party. Come on. Let's go back to the house. If you can say that once and they jump in their car and start following you, you got every one of them. Every one of them are down. Because you know they in that car talking. You know they in that car talking. So, man, I was gonna fuck.
That's what I don't need is like 4 unsatisfied women.
I'm not worried about their satisfaction. That's what satisfaction.
At least you just filled in for noobs.
Right? That's a Knubsie line right there.
Spell that.
Satisfaction.
I'm not in it for that.
S-A-T. It's vacation.
It's vacation. Shit. Not in it for that. I'm in it to get mine. That's why I was there. That's why I wanted that drunk chick who's gonna pass out when I'm done.
Then I'll put her in a wheelbarrow and wheel her ass out to the curb.
No, I'm gonna go to her house so I can leave.
Yeah.
I don't want her to know where I live just in case she want it again. Shit.
But then you're like, there's sometimes where you're like, well, fuck, can't go to that bar anymore.
Oh well, there's no other bars.
You never called me. I don't got your number.
But I noticed when I've done that, I never see them in the same bar again. I swear, I never see them in that bar again.
Yeah, they track you down. They find you in the other
They come to my liquor store a lot. Now those bitches at home drinking alone. And I act like I don't know them. How you doing today, ma'am? But they leave, I'll be like, thank you.
Y'all have a good night.
Oh my God.
These are true stories. Pay no attention to them bitches.
Oh my God.
You've served your purpose in my life. Go find somebody else. So I don't even remember your name. I might have told you I was leaving in the morning. Leaving the country or something.
I'm an international spy.
Hey, Tony. Who? Oh, hey.
It's Bill. I use Bill.
Bill. Tony's what I use.
Yeah.
Is your name Bill? No, not even close.
I tell them my friends call me Dollar Bill.
See? God damn it.
Should be $50.
50 cent.
That name was taken already.
$3
Twice.
$3.
They call me Buck 25. Oh fuck!
Seriously, you go to jail, you hear a lot of people call me, "Hey, Dollar, how you doing today, man?"
See, I couldn't do that. You look at me, I'm very recognizable. Like I can't give somebody a fake name.
See, I do that outside of here.
No, I do it.
This
here.
is like Nashville. This is Florida.
Oh yeah, no, that's great.
I do it here.
But even
I know
so,
you.
here's the problem. So like, even if I go to Pittsburgh now, people still recognize me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to be on your level.
No.
People recognize me too, but they call me Mighty Mouse.
It ruins it. It's like, oh fuck, I'm not anonymous. I am not anonymous.
No, I get known as Sticker Guy.
I
Hey,
might
you're the
just-
Sticker Guy. Yep.
I might just do
That's
audio
not
comedy
wit.
for that. I might just do audio tape comedy so nobody ever know what I look like. travel around. Just do
Your
it.
comedian Banksy. Your Kanksy.
What's that? Like Mad Max used to do it. Put a little animated screen on stage and I talk.
Max Headroom.
Max Headroom.
Yeah.
They'll do some shit like that. No one ever really knows.
That's so
really
funny
good.
that you just brought up Max Headroom because I brought up Max Headroom to Strawberry the other day. She is 33 and she had no clue who or what I was talking about, and I was just almost in my head. I was like,
I was like the biggest thing in the from 80 to 82.
Well, she's 33. So,
yeah,
but he was
still.
Max Headroom was around still,
It's in
like
the
80.
90s.
Yeah.
He wasn't as major as he was in the
No.
beginning, but he was still.
Who was that? Was that Christopher Titus?
I can't remember.
Swear
He's acting now. I've seen him in a lot of things, not being Max, but I can't remember.
I swear to God, you know, I want to look that up.
Yeah, I can't remember. But people thought that was who he really was for a long time. They thought he was a computer generated person.
Really?
Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who you're talking about, but I didn't know that people
we
really
thought.
believed it.
Yeah, they really believed he was a computer generated person. Artificial intelligence. He might have been artificially intelligent, but he was a human.
Fuck, I miss Mitch Hedberg. I can watch that.
I don't
dude.
know.
Matt Frewer.
Matt Frewer. What has he done recently?
Oh,
'Cause I've seen him
fuck.
somewhere recently.
Jesus fucking Christ, he's in everything. You all
I
of us
told
know
you.
this. He was Trash Can Man in The Stand. Hold on. Look, that dude.
Yeah.
He's in
yeah.
Dawn of the Dead. He's in fucking he's in everything.
He's in everything. That's why I just
Oh
said I
my
see him
God.
everywhere, but I can't remember
And
his
that's
name.
why I thought he looked like Christopher Titus,
yeah.
because that dude looks like he could be Christopher Titus' dad.
Yeah.
He's in and ever since he stopped the Max Headroom thing, he has popped up
He's
everywhere.
He's in Eureka, Watchmen, Honey I Shrunk the Kids,
Yep.
Olympus, fucking.
Yeah, he's in everything.
Yeah,
And
he's
his-
the neighbor in Honey,
and
I
he's
Shrunk
so
the Kids.
background. His role's so background. It's a major role, but it's a background major
Yeah.
role. You know what I'm saying? So you don't
Yeah.
ever pay attention to it.
Holy shit!
Mind blown.
I know, right? Like I'm just.
I remember saying something to
Trash
somebody
Can
one
Man.
time.
Bomb-de,
I think it was
bomb-de.
Watchmen. I was like, man, that's Max Headroom right there. That's Max Headroom. And then somebody was like, I don't even know who that is. I was like, man, I know that's Max Headroom. And I never looked it up or anything, but because back then cell phones wasn't that big, and you had to pay like $18.99 just to Google some shit.
People weren't even Googling back then. They
No.
were still using Yahoo.
Yeah. They wouldn't even use Yahoo.
and,
They were
web
using
crawler.
AOL.
Yeah.
AOL search.
Welcome.
You've got mail. Well, I want female, motherfucker.
Go to efucked.com here.
You could watch porn back then. You spent 20 minutes staring at a circle and a pussy.
So I was having a conversation with a couple people on Facebook this week. We were talking about porn, and Cosplay Girl actually made a post related to porn, and I commented, and I was like, you know, what sucks is like having to weed through all this bullshit. And everyone was like, no shit, dude. I was like, why does it take an hour and a half? Why does it take an hour and a half to find a good video to accomplish a 5-minute task?
Didn't you post a meme where you're on page like 56?
Yeah, it said, how picky are you? Me. And it shows the bottom of the Pornhub search thing. And it's like page 56, and here's 55 and 56. I was like, me. Yes, that's real.
That is real. That is real. I'm going to scroll through that shit till I find the right thing.
Oh, my God.
And don't let me get on a day where I've been using my internet a lot and that shit loads forever on my phone.
Look.
I know what I'm looking for.
Hold on.
God damn it, load.
Hold on. So I don't know if Tucker will be into this, but I'm gonna get Toran. I'm gonna give you something to search, and everyone listening, and you're welcome or I'm sorry. But if you search, just Google search sexually broken fuck compilation. I promise you're gonna see some of the greatest videos you've ever seen.
Broken.
Sexually broken fuck compilation.
Okay.
These like
This has
basically
been a normal Bulldog search, I can tell.
Hey, this one was sent to me by Miss Strawberry. Yeah, I'll rat you out, bitch. Yeah.
Let's see her browser.
Screenshot that. So look, here's the thing. I'll just give everybody.
I bet you won't do
I'll give everybody a heads up. It is like basically it looks like a basement dungeon style thing, and these dudes put these women in all kinds of devices.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
And
this.
then just brutally fuck the ever loving dog shit out of these women.
I use the lesbians one though because I can't watch a dude fucking a woman. It just don't turn me on. Yeah, I use the lesbians. There's lesbians just like that.
What? Stop! No, I know that they exist. You can't watch a dude fuck a woman.
I can, but that's I don't know. Maybe because when I was younger doing it on the dial-up, it kept freezing on the dick and it pissed me off.
Look,
I've been staring at this dick for 5 minutes. Bullshit.
Hold on. I'm going to tell you what pisses me off. So, this happened.
It was going so good.
Dude, this happened to me like 2 weeks ago. I don't give a shit, I'll tell you. This happened like 2 weeks ago.
You hit gay porn, didn't you?
Motherfucker. I did a search. I did a search for, I like to be very specific in my searches.
I'm the same way, I understand.
And I did body stocking anal. All right? It's a pretty safe bet. Pretty safe bet that you know what you're getting. Until I clicked on one and I was like, oh, that's a pretty hot, like, purple body stocking, like in the still frame. And
you didn't click on it.
Hold on.
Play the preview.
No, there was no preview like this way.
Go to the good shit.
No, stop. Hold on. Even the preview would not have saved me from what happened. So in the still frame, you see the dick in the ass, and I'm like, man, this girl's got kind of a good ass too. Okay, yeah. And then I clicked on this video, and when it starts, I mean, it starts right there. I mean, I was like, okay, and I'm watching for about 20-30 seconds, and I'm just kind of waiting for it to pick up before. Luckily, I wasn't like mid-stroke, or else I would have probably eaten a bullet. Like, but literally, all of a sudden, the cameraman pans down from the top view and goes to the side. And the dude that was getting fucked had a bigger dick than the dude fucking. I went, oh, god damn it, why? And immediately had to click off, and I was just like, well, I'm not jerking off today.
I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah,
there's be a month or two.
Yep.
Well, let's turn on the Xboxes. Go kill some people.
And that, look, you guys know me. I feel like a champion of the gay community. I am all for gay. Like, I love gay people. Fuck. Yeah. Cool, good for you.
But it's just not me.
However, I can understand why some straight people hate gay people because they get suckered into watching some bullshit that was mislabeled and false.
That did not have the gay hashtag for the fucking.
There's supposed to be a gay tag, and there was no, because that is. I look at the top tags, and if I see, you better miss me with that gay shit, because if I see gay, I'm like, no, boop. Yep. Or if I see like a bear cub or anything, nope, I'm out. I don't even scroll down to see the play button. Nope. No,
I don't think I've came across animal.
And that's why there are some straight people that really don't like gay people. Either that or they really crave a dick and they can't tell anybody. That's probably the most common reason. Yeah.
I think I heard a comedian say once, why are you so mad? Do you want them?
Exactly. You would think that, okay, George Carlin made this observation years ago. And he goes,
love George Carlin.
Republicans are against abortions, but they're also against gay people. Who the fuck has less abortions than gay people? You would think they would make natural allies. Leave these people alone.
True story.
That is so real. That is so real.
True.
You better pick one and stick with it, motherfucker.
Well, then how often do we see these uber conservative fundamentalist Christian conservatives that are so anti-gay, and then they get caught doing meth with a gay hooker in a hotel room?
Oops.
That makes me happy. I love that, because there is no way. Like, it's not like you got a transvestite. Like, this isn't a ladyboy that showed up. That dude is fabulously gay, and he is high on meth with you. So now he's like 10 times fabulous. And when the cop busts in, like
he was tweaking so hard he couldn't stop sucking.
The conservative dude is like, oh God, and instantly freaking out. And the gay dude's like, party!
This is just another
hello,
Saturday.
Mr. Policeman.
Are you the stripper?
Exactly.
Because this is gonna get real.
I've been up for 3 days, bitch. I got a load.
Which one of y'all gonna put me to sleep?
Are those metal? You're gonna need it.
What I need you to do, I need you to handcuff me to the headboard and then tase me while he's sucking me.
And while I'm sucking him.
That's a gay porn I'd watch. I'd be laughing too hard to be mad about anything.
That's one of the best searches on the planet. Porn bloopers.
Dude.
No.
Porn blooper.
Have you never seen porn bloopers?
I'd be crying,
like outtakes?
laughing.
Never thought about it.
Oh my God, there's
I
whole like
figured
half
porn-
hour and hour compilations
You
of
want
them.
a real good comedic time? Fucking search porn bloopers.
Oh my God, dude, they're so fun.
Off.
Like
I figured
girls,
the porn was the blooper sometimes.
girls that get shot directly in the eye and be like, fucking really? And like all of the passion is gone. There is no oh yeah. No, it's oh my God, really? And now she's sitting there looking like a fucking pirate. And the dudes always laugh. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Like the
He's saying sorry.
and you hear the cameraman and the sound guy laughing too.
That's so fucked
Or
up.
one of the best.
I've never said sorry for that. That's
This dude,
start.
one of the funniest I ever saw. This dude's fucking this chick, and she's riding him, and he goes, "Okay, baby, get off. I'm getting ready to come." As soon she like didn't get off immediately, and as soon as she gets off, his dick, of course, flops back toward him, and he shoots and just nails himself completely in the face, and she goes, "Oh my God!" And he just lays there going, "Oh." And I mean, dude, it was a monster.
He was so hot he didn't even feel it.
He felt it was a monster load.
So lucky he felt it.
No, because he just goes, "Oh, really?" Like he was just, and he goes, "I'm so disappointed in myself right now." And the cameraman is like shaking the camera because he's laughing so hard, and you hear the director just going, "That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen." And the dude's looking at him, and I mean his own load is all over his face, and he goes, "I'm glad that I can amuse you." Like he's just so done. And the worst part is the guy is probably gay. That's another thing a lot of people don't know about porn. Like most of the guys that you see,
Yep.
they're gay.
That's why there's a lot of dick sucking, trying to keep them hard during the porn.
Yeah. Crazy.
Or when the dude shooting hits a cameraman. I've seen that one before too. All of a sudden you hear the cameraman, what the fuck? That's all you hear.
There's a great video of that. There's a great video of that. And it literally gets all over the side of his face, and he goes, "Oh, God damn it." And he starts gagging, and the dude is laughing, the girl's laughing, the sound guy holding the boom is like, "Oh my God."
Next time you use a zoom lens.
That makes me think of Zach and Miri make a porno.
Yeah. Oh,
Have you
yes.
seen- Can you believe this shit? Can you believe this shit? That bitch frosted me like a fucking cake.
Did you forget I was down here?
Oh, shit. So I ain't shitting 3 days. I just wanted this to be a good scene. Oh.
Damn it.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe we have spent this time talking
Dude,
about
yeah,
sex.
we're almost at time.
Hey,
man.
we didn't get on racial topics. It was all sex this time.
Well, there was kind of a little bit of racial. Yeah.
it was.
You ripped into the normal Toran and Corey degree.
Yeah. We are who we are. Right? I was doing stand-up the other day, right? And whole white crowd, 2 black women at the bar, black guy, another black guy sitting around the building. And I opened my bid up because in our group message they always call me the white boy. And I opened my bid up saying, yeah, they always call me the white boy all the time. I said, and I was mad about it. Then I figured it out. It's because I pay my child support and know who my children are. I got to arguing with these black women afterwards over that comment. And why are you gonna talk about black people like that? I said, somebody owe you child support? I didn't talk about black people. I talked about me. I don't represent all black people. You talking your own people? No, my family pays child support. Oh, I got a brother. Yeah, I was talking about him.
We're not the same people.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what you mean. So my people.
Toran starts pulling the uber white black guy on. Like, whatever do you mean?
Dude, I always tell everyone that, like, whenever I'm telling them about listening to this podcast, I'm like, if you see Toran or Corey or the pair, tread carefully. Because I don't know how sad. Like, I'm going to tell you it's savage, but when them two are on, it's a different level.
Honestly, I don't know.
I'm going to have to use this bit and get it in one of my videos.
The only thing that I can figure how those stay up on YouTube, because those episodes are all up on YouTube as well. And that's only because like 35, 40 people go to the YouTube channel. And nobody's reporting.
I'm just really careful on what I'm like.
I mean, what's funny is our president talks on YouTube. They don't take that off. Why in the fuck can't I say anything?
Here's the crazy thing. I was just having this conversation.
Go back to the black girl conversation with Bulldog.
I was talking to Jew Boy last night on the phone.
His name's Jew Boy. That should have got you taken off.
Right. I was talking to Jew Boy last night, Mike Cundiff, and we were talking about. He was like, oh, I'm sure you get like hate messages, but I was like, dude, I've been doing this. Next month will be 3 years. Mm-hmm. I have never received, and now it's like 12,000 downloads a month.
Oh wow!
And I have never, not once, gotten any kind of negative message about this show.
And when I listen to it, I hear this. We do talk a lot of racist, and we talk bad about a lot of groups, and we got our jokes. But
it's not being serious.
No, it's all in joking.
It's all joking.
But that's just it, though. When you think about what time we're in now, people get offended by
that's
jokes.
What she said to me. She said, in this time and age, you're going to say something like that? I said, I don't give a fuck what time it is. Yeah. It is what it is.
But, and look, I don't care. I'm never going to change my show.
Yeah, it's not like we're being serious. We're laughing with
But I think that's also, maybe that's it,
and
too.
a lot of it's movie quotes, too.
But, well, I also think that...
And comedian quotes.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that I am very unapologetic, and that maybe there are people that would want to complain, but they realize they're going to get ripped apart. Like, I'm going to talk about you on the air, and I'm going to mention your name, and I'm going to shit all over you.
All said and done, we're in this room, but we're all still comedians. I've never heard a comedian tell a fucking lie.
Right. I have friends.
And we talk
I have friends that have been my friends for years. And I know that they would be funny to have come on the show, and they are terrified. Like, I literally have people that are like, no fucking way in hell will I got friends who won't come
to my show because they're like, man, you're just going to dog me. I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm going to talk about you, but I'm never going to point at you. I'm never going to say your name. You're just going to know the story. I'm going to personalize the experience for you.
Probably a good thing you didn't see me walk in last time.
I didn't see you till it was all over. I didn't.
Speaking of, when's the next show coming up?
We got one Wednesday at Boonville at the at Stoners.
Stoners, yeah. The old South Side, right?
Old South Side bar.
Wednesday, what time?
Wednesday at 8:00.
I may try to make it.
Man, I was pissed
one.
I missed the last.
What are you doing Wednesday?
Wednesday?
Yeah.
You should come out.
Let's fucking go. What time you get? You be out of there by what? 7?
Oh, I can be out of there by 7.
Yeah.
I got.
Fucking come get me. Let's go.
Yeah. You gonna do that?
Yeah.
Because me and Corey's about to pull together a new one for Wednesday. We're working on it this week.
Nice. Who else gonna be there?
The usual crew, I guess, and then
Andy will probably. Yeah, I was gonna say Andy will be there. That's it. Yeah, that's his spot.
Last time I was there.
Yeah. But I got the okay with Jay's for you to come in and do a podcast.
Oh yeah.
Either during the show or during karaoke, whatever you're free.
Jay's was fun. Whenever I went, it was cool. Yeah. There was a lot of people there too. Whenever I was
we
there.
filled the house again this past Tuesday.
Like I had a hard time finding it. I just happened to get there and there was a table open.
Yep. So, Evansville, if you're not being aware, What's Wrong With You Man is running some of the best open mics in the city. Get your asses down to them. Jay's Sports Bar, second Tuesday of every month. I never plugged myself like that, but I want to see this shit grow.
And Jay's is at the corner of Van and Covert.
Yep.
So make sure y'all come out and support local comedians and keep doing things for the local people.
Yeah.
It's been really good. Like I said, the last one I went to, it was really good.
Well, go out the third Wednesday of every month. Come out to Boonville. I might be the only brother you see out there in that club, but I promise you, I'm safe.
Well,
I'm
Corey's
safe.
there.
Yeah, Corey's there. As long as he don't wear shorts and shit, we both safe. You don't see his Jordan tattoo in his pale ass leg. He got a big ass black tattoo on his white sheet of leg.
Oh fuck. Dude, this was a fun show.
It was very fun. I was nervous since I wasn't high.
This is just Toran.
Just Toran.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm the King of Villains, Bulldog Malenko, for Tucker.
Yep.
And Toran.
Thank you
Thanks for coming in again.
Thanks.
This is the Bulldog Unchained podcast. We'll be back next week. Later.
Show's over, motherfuckers.